ready for smoking our pork butt for our annual kickoff party. And today we're going to smoke 2 pork butts around 6 pounds each that have been on a rub overnight. And then we're also going to use the Cook Shack Smokette here to smoke 3 racks of baby back ribs later. We'll get to that. But the exciting thing here is this is the inaugural voyage of using a new device that we got. Mom and I are trying this. It's called the BBQ Guru. It's made by a company called BBQ, and it has a special adapter for the big green egg. And what it'll do is monitor the temperature internally of the pit, or basically like an oven temperature, and then a second temperature of the actual meat. And it'll control through a fan system connected to that control to make certain that you're getting the proper airflow to hit your desired temperatures. So basically, just wanted to show you, I did the initial piece right here, and as you can see, there's an add-on adapter that goes on to the standard bottom vent. So this is the way the vent would work, and just this piece right here is added, and it closes up the entire bottom vent system, and all the airflow will come through this device. So basically, this is the unboxed BBQ Guru. This right here is a 10 cubic foot per minute fan that, as you can see, attaches to the input I just showed you at the bottom of the egg. And this is what controls the airflow. It pushes air through as needed. This is the control unit where the desired temperatures for the oven itself and the internal temperature of the meat is set. And this display right here will show you the temperatures, the current temperatures, and also your desired temperatures. As you can see on the bottom, there's just 4 ports. One port is for the food probe. The next port here is for the pit or the oven probe temperature. One here is an output to the fan to provide the electricity, and the third is the input 12 volt. So it comes with this 12 volt plug-in. This right here is the food probe, which looks just like any other electronic temperature probe. You insert that into the meat, and this tip goes into the control device. This right here is a very similar cable that's used for the oven temperature. The only difference is, rather than having a stick probe, it's got a clip that you attach to the cooking grate just to hold it in place. And this portion right here is the actual temperature reader. So it's very simple to put together. Obviously I'll put this down, but maybe not. There goes the output electricity to the fan. And let me get this right. These are all indicated on here. You need to put the probe in the right spot. So there's the food probe. Make certain you have a good connection. There's the oven probe. And then finally, if I can still do this with one hand, my assistant is rising. Thankfully, she was gathering her talking points. And then finally, we're just going to put in the power. So obviously it's very easy to put together. There's a little stand where these little jutting out little knobs will just put it in place. You can place it on your table. So now the key is I'm going to unplug for now the fan just so I can deal with that. Thank you, assistant. So basically, it couldn't be any easier. This took me about, this piece just took me about 10 minutes just to figure out exactly how it fits in there. No tools are needed, just a little bit of brute force. And this device will just, it's a snug fit, but it just slides into place, and it's kind of fun. They call it the Pit Viper. So I'm going to get the rest of that connected and powered up. In the meantime, to get started, I have unlit natural coals that are loaded up about maybe 3/4 of the way full. The instructions say not to overfill it because it'll slow down the air flow. And also you don't want too little fuel because it would burn out. And I topped it off with some soaked, today we're using pecan chips. And this right here is the ever important chimney starter, just to make certain that we can light that fire as quickly as possible. So I'm going to deal with the hot stuff and then come back as we plugged everything in. The chimney contents on there on top. One thing that's a little different that this device recommends, as opposed to, normally I would build a fire with the lit coals on the bottom covered by unlit coals so that you get a slow burn rising to the top. This recommends that you build kind of like a cone shape or a pyramid shape of the unlit coals at the base and top it with lit coals and let the fan do the work. So another thing that we're working with for the first time is the typical grill brush. Now that we got the lit coals in, it's time to clean up the grate. I used to have this, which was pretty neat. It had like a little Brillo scrubbity that was replaceable. But as you can see, after just a few uses, it really got mangled up. And I read some horrible things about what happens inside your belly if you eat these things. So we're going to scratch that. And our lovely assistant is going to show you our new device. Say hello to your YouTube fans.
Hello, YouTube fans.
And basically, this is a scrubber that's got a replaceable, and it's basically a pumice stone. So it'll scrub the grill, and it'll flake apart as it does, but it's just inert, so it won't have any cooking issues. And that's replaceable as you need. So our lovely assistant is going to put it together very simply, and we're going to scrub the grill, and we're going to see how that works. So, Miss Mimi, if you can come over here and lift the green egg, we will see if this device actually works. This is called the Great Stone. So anyhow, we've kind of warmed up a little bit here and doing a pretty good job. As you can see, there's a little flake coming off. I read some people who get all persnickety about it. I'm not too concerned about it. It's ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But it worked pretty easy. Obviously, it's very removable, but no foul. Okay. So here's our 2 pork butts. You can go ahead and come over here and do the unveiling. There you go. So last night we had 2 pork butts that we got at Costco. They are around 6 pounds each. Total weight is 12 1/4. And what we did is we took the pork butts out of the wrapping, gave them a quick rinse, wash and rinse, and then we applied a thin layer of just yellow mustard out of the jar, and then we applied our spice rub, which is a concoction that we made of sugar, salt, and your typical chili powders, garlic powder, onion powder, and other fun things. One of our tricks was we added about a tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder, which will be kind of fun. So I guess we're ready to apply these to the grill, and we'll get back after the action starts. Okay, so we've put our butts on the grill. We're doing them fat side up, and basically the big green egg fits these 2 large butts pretty handily. And it's really from here, we're just going to close the lid, and it's going to be similar big green egg cooking. Now, we're still going to use the top damper just because we don't want all the heat just blowing right out continuously. So we want to slow down the heat, but we also need to leave it open maybe around halfway, kind of like when you're regularly cooking, so that some smoke will escape. You want to give an outlet for it. So that's about it. I'm going to come back, I'm going to take my fun gloves off, and we're going to get that control device working. Alright, be back in a minute. Okay, so now we're just going to put in our meat probe, and just like you would with anything else, you want to kind of come in and get towards center mass. And obviously we're making the assumption they'll both cook at the same rate, but low and slow I think will be fine. So that was just a typical food probe. This tip right here is a little different. This is for the grate, and as we said before, it's got a little clip, so I'm just going to clip it on here and let them run out the side. Now, actually I'm going to do it a little different. This is a trick that I've done successfully in the past. I will, just to make certain you get a good seal on it, I thread these probes through here so that I don't have any issue with keeping the good seal there. So that's what I've done before with temperature probes, and I will do the same here. So they'll slide through there, make certain we have enough poured, then I'll open it up and insert the probes. So again, just like we had just had, putting this in at center mass, and this right here I'm going to clip onto the cooking grate. Alright, so temperature probes are in, lids down. The vents, as we had said, I'm going to put it about halfway for good airflow. And now here's the magic. For the first time, we're going to plug this dog in and see what happens. I did the very cursory RTM procedure by reading the manual, but not very well. Plug it in. Indicators come on, saying the thing is ready to start. I got some beeping and flashing, which is supposed to mean something to somebody, but I don't know yet. So we're going to come in here and hit the pit temperature, and pit temperature right now is at 129. We're going to start this based on our recipe at
175.
Our recipe said 275.
Yes.
Others say 225. So I'm going to put it at 250. We're just going to split the difference there. So, did I do that right? I don't know. Yeah, I did. So as you can see there, it's set at 250, and the current temperature, the target is 250, current temperature is 144. And my fan I don't hear anything. So let's make certain. Alright, you stupid thing.
Should we turn it off for the minute?
Yeah. I might have to futz with that to make certain it's working, but that's... The next thing I'm going to do here is set the temperature, my ideal temperature for the meat, which we're going to shoot for initially 160, and then we're going to wrap it in foil and some apple juice until it comes up to 190. So my food temperature right now is at 45 degrees. Probably should have taken it out a few hours early to bring it to room temperature, but we're going to be okay. So I'm going to set my food down here for 160. Okay, so my food is set at 160, and I'm currently at 45. I can hit this button and check on my oven temperature. The pit is currently set for 160. I'm sorry. My pit right now is at 163. It's set at 250. The meat is set at 160, and it's currently at 45 degrees. So we're just going to let this go. We're going to go do some shopping and have faith that this thing is working. All right, we will check in a few hours. Each one is different videos, so any trash we just throw out.
Yeah, now you got to work on the stand.
Just pulled the pork butt off, probably around 8 hours or so of total cook time. For the last hour, we basically shut down the fan and let the oven come down by itself in temperature. I've taken out one of the pork butts out of the foil with the apple juice, grape juice, whatever, combination. I pulled one out, and you can see that it is ready for real shredding. It's still a little too warm right now. And then this is one that has yet been pulled out, but you can just see the beautiful bark on here, and they are going to be yummy. So we will come back after we're eating them with a big smile on.